this song is probably maybe 12, 13, maybe 15 years old. And I remember sitting down with this very guitar actually and just trying to sound like Hank Marvin. And it's funny how it works, I mean, because it brings out your childhood when you start trying to sound like your old heroes. But it was like... cousin of mine was incarcerated a fair while ago, and I used to write him a few letters. I was on the Brian Young show, and the letters came back and he was saying he's doing well and things like that. And when he finally got out, there's one thing that someone told me about: when people do get out of jail, they pretty much drop you off onto the street at the same time you got picked up. And if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, that's when they pretty much kick you out with everything you own and all your belongings. And I just pictured it as I sat down to write the song. I thought, what would it be like? You know, you finished your time, you get out of the jail, and then you're actually going to go and walk somewhere. And so the intro started out like that. Been a long day, I'm finally heading back home. Since I've been away, I feel like I have grown. When I was released underneath that dim street light, rain gently falling, I walked off into the night. So it's funny where songs start. A story about someone getting out of prison, going to find their sister, became the focal point of sitting down and making sure this song was going to make it after Laurel found it in a big bunch of CDs. My wife's going through CDs of demos, and she just found this song and came out just like that. It was demoed with a real rough drum track, and it just meant a whole lot more when I started to play it with Matt. When I first sent the demo through to Matt Phil, Matt said, well, that's probably the most vulnerable you've sounded on all of these demos. He said most of the vocals are up the front and they're all really strong and they're assertive sort of songs. And he said, but this one sounds like it's really vulnerable. So that vulnerability, I hope, comes through when you maybe hear this song. And it's called I Still Believe in Love. And I think there is a heaven somewhere up above.